How's it going, everybody? Doing a request here finally for Silent Hill 4 Ramble and Gamecube button pressing. I had to find the GameCube mic button pressing. I couldn't find it. I had to find it. I finally found it. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about Silent Hill 4 best as I can remember. So we'll see how it goes, but I can remember a good amount from this game. This is the Xbox version, but not everything. It's not like Silent Hill 2. Like, Silent Hill 2 is the one I know a good amount about. I can talk. The other ones I still like. I like 3. I like the original. I like this one a lot, but I have not played. I played a little bit of this after I got it, but I can't remember it enough. But it does not take place in Silent Hill. Like, the hook for this, not the hook, but the different thing for this game, some of the combat's a little kind of different too, but is you wake up in your room, you're Henry Townsend, you live in, I think it's Ashfield, does it say it on the back? It's one of the neighboring towns of Silent Hill. You wake up in your room, and there's locks all over the doors, like right there, and like, what the hell's going on? So you're in first person in the room. Yeah, that's, it's not a big apartment stuff. But eventually, you can there's like a hole in the bathroom, and you crawl through it, and you go to different parts. I'm pretty sure all these parts lead to other parts of, parts of actually the town of Silent Hill. And I think the only way you save your game is in the room itself, I think. So I think you go and do these things, and you come back. I think the first part you're in like a subway, and pretty sure someone gets killed in there, because this has characters mentioned. They weren't in the other games, but they're mentioned, like the reporter guy. You know what? I wanted to see something. I called it up here. Okay, you got Joseph Schreiber, who's he was mentioned in 3. I had to look up on the Wikipedia, because like I said, I can't remember some of this, and I don't want it to be like me fumbling around like an idiot. I don't know why I'm tapping on the case. And Walter Sullivan, who was mentioned in 2, he was a serial killer. Now the thing is, you're in his, like, where he was born, or where, like, he was dropped off as a baby or some shit, in the room that you're staying in now. He's now dead, obviously, but like his like deceased corpse is trying to kill like 21 people or something. That's like a ritual he needs to do. I don't know if it brings him back. I forget, but it is a good story. I can't remember a lot of it because I've not played this game full since maybe even since it came out. No, I think I played it afterwards. It came out in 04. I remember I pre-ordered it. I think I talked about this, and I went to GameStop to get it on the day it came out. It was in September, I believe, of 04. And they were like, "You didn't pre-order this." I'm like, "I have my receipt right here," and I was going back and forth for like 5 minutes till they finally gave me the damn thing. I was like, and I don't get pissed, and I don't like confrontation, but I was starting, like, it takes certain things for me to really get to the point where it's like, okay, now I'm pissed. I'm getting confrontational. Like, I was getting extremely frustrated with these people. I'm like, I have the receipt right here. Here is the proof that I pre-ordered. I'm like, you don't need anything else. Like, oh, it's not. And finally, I got the damn thing. And then it started pouring on the way home, and I was pissed. But yeah, you're trying to stop that. You find out, I think, your character is the 21st victim. A neighboring person, Eileen Galvin, is her name Eileen? She's in the apartment next to you, and there's a hole in the wall where you can look in and, like, watch her like a pervert. Bobby the Rabbit, which was in the third one. The stuffed animal thing is on the bed, and then you look in at one point and he's pointing at you. That was pretty creepy. But you. Sorry, I had to clear my throat there. And Walter, I think Walter Sullivan's like other. You see like ghosts of his previous victims in the game as well, I believe. And eventually, you with Eileen, I think you go to an orphanage. You end up in the hospital, I believe. You go to different parts. I can't remember everything, every level you go to. There's like a prison, a weird prison as well that you end up in. And then you come back, and I think you have an inventory chest, I think, in the room as well. But the room starts to act like more and more possessed and weird as the game goes on. So it starts getting crazy in the room when you're in there in first person. And like you see Walter Sullivan as a kid, there's a bunch of different endings. And there's one where like he pretty much thinks the room itself, I'm pretty sure, like is his mother. I forget the ending I got. I don't know if it was like the absolute best one. It might have been the second one down the line. Because when Eileen's with you, I think you can give her a gun. But she won't die. But if she takes a lot of punishment, it's going to affect the end game. Because at the end of the game, like I'm trying to think of the last fight. You're like walking in. You're like walking in a thing, and it's like this thing spinning around. I think the closer she gets, she could die or something. But I think the more damaged she is throughout the game, the easier it is for her to die in the last fight or something like that. But the damage she takes plays a part in the ending. So there's one where both of you die because she's supposed to be one of the victims as well, I think. And then you'll get that one. I think they'll get a news report. They'll be like, oh yeah, someone's Henry Townsend and Eileen Galvin are dead. There's another one where I think Walter Sullivan ends up as a kid in the room again. That might be like the mother ending. I think there's the one where you leave and Eileen stays. I think that's kind of the better one. I can't remember all of them. Like I said, I gotta play this again just through. It's got the same great music. Akira Yamaoka is doing it again. I think he did Homecoming, and he might have. I don't think he didn't do Downpour. I think Homecoming was the last one he did. I think he did Origins as well, and maybe Shattered Memories. But this is the last one made by Team Silent. Until I kind of got torn apart by Konami. And then, because I think I was reading a bunch of things, like how, even back when they split up, when like Homecoming was first announced, it was another developer. Like the Konami wanted Western developers to do it. Pretty much they wanted it to get ruined. And not even ruined, but to be not as good. More action-oriented, which Homecoming was. Homecoming's like the one I couldn't get through. It was like Dante's Inferno. I was enjoying it for 50 minutes and getting pissed off. Because combat is never these games' strong suits. Which is cool because the characters you use are not like overpowered Stars members in Resident Evil, You're using Harry. Was it Harry Mason or some shit in the first one? Then you're using, I can't believe I can't remember his first name now. James Sunderland. Then you're using Heather, Harry's kid, in the third one. And then you're using Henry Townsend in this one. And then even, I forget who you use in Homecoming. You use a prisoner. I forget his name in Downpour. In Origins, it's a truck driver, I forget who it is. Is it a truck driver in Origins? I can't remember. And Shattered Memories is a remake of the first one. So, the monsters are still cool in here. You can see this. You can see, like, this is the kind of shit you get here. Creepy looking stuff, like people coming out of walls. It's classic, and just the environments are gross and disgusting. It's not, they're like dreadful, like, environments. There's nothing like cheery in any of the Silent Hills, even when it's like daytime. It's cool. I can't remember. I think the nurses are back in this one. You got the dog there. There are these weird, like, they're like gorillas, and they have like I don't even know if they have legs, but they like bounce around their arms, and they have like two doll faces. There's a lot of disturbing enemies as always. I can't even remember what the last boss fight's weird. Like there's a thing she's walking towards, and you have to like you're in the fight outside of that, and she's walking into this thing that's spinning, and you don't want her to go into it. And I think the damage like means she's a little further along if she took a lot of damage. I forget. There is a part that bugged me out. I think it's in the hospital. You walk into a random room, and the way the camera's set up, you just see a giant head of Eileen just like spazzing out in the corner. I was like, what the hell? But the story is good. Like I said, it's almost like a little mystery type thing. Like I said, I can't remember. I'm gonna call this up a little bit more. There is a mother ending. I can't remember a lot of the enemies, honestly. Like I said, I gotta play it again. But I do know, like, as the game goes on, the room is getting more and more, like, disturbed. Because the room is, like, its own thing. The apartment is, not the room, the apartment. There is an Easter egg in Sound Hill Downpour that I had found, where you climb up, like, a fire ladder, fire escape. And, you go into an apartment through a window, and you see the locked door with all the locks on it. I thought that was kind of cool. Downpour's actually pretty good. I like Downpour. Another one I haven't played in a while. It's not backwards compatible, which sucks. But this is it's a cool game. It's still creepy. The music's great. That's what I was talking about. The music's still good. And they have Mary Elizabeth, what's her name? No, that's not. Let me see if I can find her on here. I think it's like Elizabeth something. She did vocals on some of the stuff in the third game as well. And she's back here. She was also on Homecoming, I think. And another dude, I think, does some vocals as well. The soundtrack's great. The one, I think it's the title song, Room of Angel, is so haunting and such a good but depressing song. The lyrics are extremely really good song. I think this has Wounded War song in it as well. They use some of these. They use songs from the first 4 movies in the Silent Hill movie. That one's in this one, I think. Yes, it definitely is. Your Rain, I think, was another one of the main titles. And the sound effects are all great. The monsters are disturbing. It's a shame I can't remember everything about it. But all my love goes towards 2. I really do enjoy the other ones, the first 4, but the second one's the one that always has my attention. It's like my favorite game of all time. It's pretty much exactly what it is. His sanity's being tested. He's gruesome sights everywhere. But it's really cool. It's just a good game. The combat, once again is clunky. It's a little bit different than the other games, but it's still clunky. Puzzles were alright from what I remember. Was there these survival horror games back in the day have like weird solutions to puzzles that make no sense in reality. But it still is really. It's just a good, creepy game. I don't know if I would rank the first 4. The first one, I played so late. I played the first one I played it in 2005. Because I've talked about this a million times. I didn't have a PlayStation, and then, like I said, I was at somebody's house, this girl's house, and we're downstairs. She had a top-loading Nintendo, which I had borrowed from her and gave back. I was like, can I borrow this? She's like, yeah. And then I saw Silent Hill. I was like, what the hell is this doing here? She's like, you can just have that if you want. I was like, okay then. Because there's a part in the end of 05, like the last month of 05, where the only system I had was the original PlayStation. I'd gotten from a garage sale or something. No, I didn't get it from. I don't know where I got it from. Actually, it's a good question. Because I was not going to garage sales in 05. And I had played it on there, and that game was legitimately creepy. And that was like when this game came out in '99. Actually, it was 6 years later. I think the original came out was well into the literally tail end of the PlayStation 2's life cycle. But that one was creepy as shit too. But this one's great. Like I said, I can't remember enough of it, which sucks, but at least enough for a video here. And of course the GameCube, but it is really good though. If you've not checked it out, check it out. You can get it for like $40 to $50 on the Xbox. It's well over $100 on the PS2 now. I don't know why. I got it for $4 on the PS2 back in the day at garage sale. But pick it up if you want on the Xbox. I don't know if it's on PC. It came out on PC, but I don't know if it's on Steam. I don't think it is. It's definitely well worth checking out. Like I said, Henry Townsend's another. He's just a regular guy. In these games, the characters are just regular people. They're not overpowered, which kind of adds to it. Same thing with like a Fatal Frame and stuff. Like I said, it's creepy. The environments are great and disgusting and grimy and just horrible, you know, and that's what makes these games. But anyway, yeah, that's just a request here for GameCube button mic pressing and Silent Hill 4 The Room Ramble. I apologize for not being able to go fully in depth like Silent Hill 2, but thanks everybody for checking this out, and have a good day.